Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today on Love, Life, and Relationship, James and I are talking about if women and men can be only friends. Hi James, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Amazing as always. How's life treating you?
Real good. Real good right now.
I know that's right, James.
Working. What I always do is work.
You out there in them streets again?
Yes.
you stay working.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing wrong with it. I feel you. I love a working man, so hey. That means you hustle hard. So James, we are asking the big question, having the big debate. Can women and men only be friends? No sexual intercourse, no sexual engagements, no sexual talk, no sexual.
I guess it depends on, how you started off with just a friendship. But I think in the beginning, it's got to be some kind of attraction. And if the attraction is there, it might be a sexual attraction. But then you might realize, they might be better just being friends, where there don't be no complications in it.
But if you're always sexually attracted to your friend, is that just like I'm gonna act like I'm your friend until I can shoot my shot? Or is it always just gonna remain friendly and friendship-like? Because how can you be attracted to your friend?
Well, in the beginning, I think if you meet a person, like if we met and we were just talking and we became friends, but if we talked on the phone or whatever, we could just talk and be friends. But then if we just met, then it's gonna be some kind of attraction. But if I just start talking to you on the phone or something, say a friend of a friend just hooked me up, to talk to you about just buying something, whatever. We just got to talking and we were just friends, but it was never to think of nothing about no sex. Yeah, you can be a friend like that. And then it can last forever. It wouldn't be a sexual attraction. But if we just met in the street now, that might be different because I might see you and you're looking good. I might not want to be just your friend. Not like that.
Right.
But in different ways. Because I know, like, one time I met a girl through a friend, but it was years before I even seen him, but we used to just talk on the phone, but it was never about sex. It was just about life.
Okay.
And it went for years and years.
So have you ever had a friend that you thought that you couldn't get with, like, okay, that's my friend, but I might could get with her on a different type time?
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, I have had a friend girl that I did like, but I just didn't want to jeopardize the sexual part because it might change. A lot of people change.
Right.
I try to be the type of person, I try to stay the same. If I'm your friend, I want to still be your friend, no matter what happened in the end.
But you do know sex changes things.
Yeah, it could, and then it could not. It just depends, like, on the person. If you know what you're going into, a lot of times you have to stick to what you say.
It don't matter what it is. Sex changes things, period, point blank. Because people can say, okay, well, we're just going to be friends and, we going to have sex and we just only going to be friends, but we have sex. Eventually, somebody's going to end up loving somebody. Somebody's going to end up catching some type of emotion. Somebody's going to end up catching some type of feeling. And then it changes.
Yeah, that do happen.
Sex is an emotional attachment.
So that's why sometimes you might not need to, I guess not to do it, but it's gonna still be in your mind. I mean, if you like that person that way, you just like them that way.
So that's not really your friend. It's just like on standby.
No, not if you're not ever having sex. I mean, if you just being friends is not a standby. I mean, we can laugh and talk and know that's just the boundaries.
Yeah, it's just the boundaries until. Because, okay, so for instance, do you allow your wife to have men friends, guy friends?
I mean, I don't try to allow her to have a guy friend, but if she do, I want to think that she can be able to handle herself to say, well, I'm not going to do that. I can just be your friend, but I can't go no further.
So does she have guy friends that you know of?
Not if I know of. I mean, she see people, she might, a guy that she been knowing, she went to school with, somebody hug him or whatever. I don't look at it, that far to say, well, they might be sexing up on each other or whatever. But I know if it was me now, she don't want me to have no woman friend, period.
Right. And if I was out with my husband or my boyfriend and it was somebody that I knew, a guy, I'm not hugging anybody because I know that the type of dude that I normally date, they not having that. Like, you better keep your arms to yourself. You better keep your body parts to yourself. And so I'm saying allow based off the fact that because that's just not allowed. And also, they would expect for me, if I was by myself and I saw that person, to keep the same behavior.
Right.
So that's just the type of dude that I normally date in a type of situation. And I don't mind that because technically I feel the same way. I better not find out you out in the street wrapping your arms around no bitches.
Yeah.
And see, last night I made a video and I said, some certain types of things like, about toxic behaviors or, these words that people throw around that they seem to think, okay, that's cute right now because it's, for the public. It's, we putting on a show. But I'm not willing to put on no show in my life and I'm in my relationship and it is what it is. And you can call me toxic or anything else you want to, but I better not find out my man is out in the street just basically being friendly with too many bitches. I don't like that.
Yeah, but what if they were just friends before?
I don't care. You can still be friends, but not being friendly. You could keep your distance, keep your hands down. You can say hello. You might even be able to chat for 2-3 minutes, but it better be a safe, friendly distance. Don't close the distance. And it's not like on a normal basis because me and you had this conversation before and I talked about how true friends that you've been friends with for a long time, you cannot see that person for a long time and y'all go right back to being friends. The communication is still there. It's like there was never a time lapse. I have friends that I do that with. They're all females. I don't have any guy friends that I would consider, okay, I'm able to do that very thing with. And I speak to guys right now because I'm single. But you know yourself, what did I tell you about my situation? If I got a person, what did I say?
You want to be with just them all the time.
And I'm not...
You're not going to allow them to be doing that.
Yes, I'm not going to allow that. No, I'm talking about even what I said about you. If the person told me what did I say? The person told me they didn't want me having guy friends. What's happening?
You cutting them off.
Everybody got to go.
Yep. Yeah, now you said that.
Because regardless of the fact, there's one thing when it pertains to work. So, okay, so this is my job. This is what I do. I talk to people. I talk to men. I talk to. But my person would be sitting right there to make sure that it's work. And I don't mind that. because there's ways for you to handle certain things. And again, somebody might think that well, you should be allowed to do whatever, whatever it is you want. Yeah, you should be, but that's what I want. I want somebody to care enough.
Right. And it do sound good. I mean, you bring a good point to it, because I remember one time I had this friend girl, and we've been friends from kids, and but we was real tight, and my wife she really didn't like it, so it always brought a problem. And the girl, she finally understood that, I couldn't just talk to her like we used to talk.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. But I mean, I didn't then, but I understand it now.
Right, and why would you? I'm your friend.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to talk to her about that you can't talk to me about?
And that would be the next conversation. That I should be able to talk to you. So if you're not talking to me, I'm going to eventually talk to somebody.
Well, I wouldn't be having that in my life because I communicate very well. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
And we can talk about anything.
Right.
I don't care what we talking about. If my man is into something that I don't know about, I'm going to go look it up, because we're going to need to be able to talk about that. I don't want there to be anything that he comes to me with that I don't know. Or that he can now go, talk to somebody. Oh, I got to talk to this about, talk with this person about that because my girl or, my wife doesn't know this topic. No, I'm going to go find out.
Right.
I'm interested in what he's interested in. I told you about the joke between me and my friend, the Eddie Murphy thing. And she's like, I cater to guys. And she said, I make them kind of spoiled. Like I cater to their ego too much. And I said, because it's funny, we do the little Eddie Murphy thing. What do you like? Whatever you like.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And it's not that it's being fake or anything else. It's basically because I love that person, I'm interested in whatever they're interested in. And I don't have to like everything that they like. That's not a thing. I don't have to like everything they like. But I should know a little bit about it.
Right.
I should know.
I feel they like it. They love you more because you are interested.
Right.
You do show concern on what they like. Because most of them blow you off. Most women, they just blow it off. Like, well, I don't like football, so I'm not watching it. I'm going to the movies. I'm going to the mall.
No, I want to do whatever we're doing together. So if you want to watch football for now, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch football with you, and then we could go to the mall.
Right.
And I know men don't like shopping and all that other shit, but I tend to, I'm the person that wants to, do the dress up. So it makes it more interesting for them to be in the mall because I'm going to put on a little fashion show for you. Do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this? That kind of changes their thought pattern.
Right. Yeah. It would make a difference. Instead of just standing there watching, they looking from rack to rack to, I'd just rather be sitting down in the front somewhere.
Right, it's interactive engagement, and you can sit in the front, but I'm going to come around and I'm going to say, hey, babe, do you like this? Or pick me out a pair of shoes, so that way I can show you what they're going to look like. I got pretty feet now. I'll be showing them online. So, or, pick me out an outfit that you might like, or whatever it is that you like, but I want it to be interactive. So I might not drag you around from store to store, or maybe if you like that, then yes.
Yeah.
But it's a couple of things, like, I feel like the same. If I'm interested in whatever you're interested in, and you're interested in whatever I'm interested in, and then the things that we kind of know that we don't like, okay, let's keep those things to a minimum.
Right.
So maybe, okay, if I don't like football, but I want to sit beside you and watch football, I'm not going to talk while you're watching football. Maybe I might go cook you football snacks.
Right.
And come back and forth, or bring you drinks in the process. And sit beside you and, chill. But, so, in my life, I may be a little clingy. Again, more
No,
toxic behavior, I guess.
I think a lot of guys would love. They would love that, and they would love to do more with you if you can get on the page like that.
Right.
But see, a lot of times people don't want to get on their page. They want to do what they want to do, and that's it. But I know, as me being a man myself, that if my lady was doing something like that, I definitely want to be doing something for her to try to make her happy too.
Right. So that's why, to me, it's very important for you to be your person's friend, because say now I have a male friend who was doing all these things with me. My husband don't like going shopping. My husband don't like doing this. So now I have a male friend that's doing all these things with me, like going shopping with me. They're engaging with me. They're communicating with me all the time. We are like two peas in a pod. I mean, eventually it's almost seems like that, unless that person is not into the same, you know, that they're into the same sex or not interested in the opposite sex, like there is no freaking way. It's like almost building an emotional bond with a person.
Right.
So this person is interested in what I'm interested in.
Closer.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said you will feel closer to that person.
Yes.
Like you have something in common.
Exactly. And why would you want to feel closer to somebody else other than your partner?
Right.
So to me, what everybody considers, okay, that's toxic or codependent or whatever, fuck you, mind your business. And if I like it and my person likes it, then that's all that matters. Everybody else, worry about yourself. Because that's just what I like.
Would be close. That would pull that bond closer if it was. I mean, if you do that and your person like that, it would. I mean, it would make that bond a whole lot closer. I feel. You know, once you think about it, yeah.
And it's not that I don't trust my person. That's not the issue. It's more or less that I don't trust these bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, it's almost like when they know you got a good dude or they know you got a good female, it's almost like people are just plotting. Like ways to break that up, ways to manipulate the situation, ways. So to me, a female friend for my dude would only be like the very minute that I did something that maybe pissed him off, that he feeling a spoiled moment, he don't get his way, where I done, you know, said, babe, you can't do that. Or, you know, and it could be anything random. I don't even know what I would say no to. But either way, people get into arguments. Arguments create boundaries. They're very healthy ways to create boundaries. That is if you do it right, because there's also proper ways to argue. A lot of people don't know that. They just basically do whatever the fuck, and you know. But there's rules even with me, like when I argue with my person. You can't leave this motherfucking house. If me and you are at odds, you take your ass down the hallway. You can take your ass to the living room. Don't leave out this house, motherfucker.
Why they can't leave?
Because that's when you do shit that you're not supposed to do. People make split decisions, unhealthy split decisions based off, I'm mad right now. And then after it happens, then you're sorry that you did that. So if you need a cool down moment, you better cool down in the garage, down the hallway, somewhere where I'm not at, but don't you leave this house. Because do you want me leaving when I'm mad?
No, I don't.
Exactly. So let's do unto others as, you know, we would have them do unto us. I mean, it's just a simple ass rule. Yeah. So I'm not going to leave the house.
Because a lot of times the average person say, well, you know what, I'm going to leave because I don't want to say or do something I'm going to regret later on. So it's best for me just to... And
then they leave and then go do something that they regret later on with the next bitch.
Yeah, well, the next one whatever he's saying, that's what you're going to go with.
That's what I'm saying. But you can take your ass down the hallway. You can have your cool-off moment.
Mm-hmm.
You could go somewhere around in the vicinity of in here to have your moment. So these are things that I talk about with people beforehand, because it has to be rules, it has to be boundaries, it has to be things set in place for us to know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And so I'm not opening my relationship up to other people's interpretation. And when they have friends of the opposite sex, then it's always, well, oh, I wouldn't be doing this and I wouldn't be doing, but you lying.